If you're doing endless cardio to improve your hiking, stop. It's actually making you worse on the trails, not better. In this video, we're going to talk about why most hikers are actually sabotaging their progress and what to do instead. Plus, stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to give you a bonus training method that will instantly improve your hiking endurance and strength and your ability out on the trail starting today, this week. Hey, I'm James Appleton, certified strength and conditioning coach and licensed guide, and I've helped over 3,000 people get into the outdoors and have great mountain adventures, and I'm going to help you do the exact same thing. And if you are struggling to feel stronger on the trail, it's not because you need more cardio. It's because your training is all wrong. So let's dive in. Number one, endless cardio makes you weak, not strong. Long duration, low intensity cardio, I'm talking your hours on the treadmill. You're just like endless runs. You're actually just burning muscle, not just fat. You're burning that muscle mass. You actually need muscle to power through, those steep climbs, the rocky terrain out in the backcountry, your multi-day backpacking trips. You need muscle mass. So by burning that muscle mass, what are you doing? You're training your heart and your cardio, but you're burning the muscle. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, but like in a worse way. So if you are always exhausted on hikes, it's probably because your body just lacks the strength to carry you efficiently, and not because you need more cardio. So if your brain is defaulting to cardio, that's going to make me hike better. Why don't you stop and think, wait, am I actually burning my muscle mass, which is actually what's needed to carry me up the trail, up the mountain, up the steep climbs? Replace one of your cardio sessions each week with a ruck. What does that mean? Load your backpack up, put lots of weight in it. We're talking 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, maybe even more if you're badass, and go for a walk. Go 2, 3, 4, 5 miles. Do what you can do. That way, when you get on the trail, your backpack actually feels light. It's a great way to train so that you can do more when you get out into the backcountry. And I want you to replace another cardio session with a weighted carry. Yes, AKA pick up something heavy and carry it. You're still going to be training your heart rate, but you're also building strength, maintaining muscle, and building muscle in the process. So I'm a big fan of farmers' carries. They're probably the most functional movement that you can do to build strength and conditioning for everyday life. But boy, does it translate very well when you're out on the trail because you're walking at that same kind of speed, but you're carrying so much weight, which as we know when we're out on the trail, pretty important to be able to carry a lot of weight. So you're going to replace one or two of those cardio days with a ruck and with a weighted carry day. And a great standard to shoot for is, can you carry your body weight for half a mile? Doesn't mean in one swoop, but it's something to work up to that is a really good strength builder. Number two, strength is the missing piece of the puzzle to your training. Hiking is not just an endurance sport. It is also a strength sport. It is an athletic sport. After all, you're carrying a backpack, a loaded backpack, a heavy backpack. You're doing this in uneven terrain, out in the damn mountains, in the backcountry. You're climbing up steep mountains. You're pulling yourself up by roots. You're hoisting your body over boulders and back down under trees. Like you're moving in an athletic manner while having a backpack on. These are all loaded movements. You got to get strong. Building strength is going to improve your muscular endurance. It's going to improve your resilience when you're out on the trail because we all know it's going to get hard out there. You're going to have to be mentally strong too. And I'll tell you, nothing really builds that mental strength like an all-out top-end set of 10-rep squats. I'm talking you are maxing yourself out doing one heavy set of squats for a set of 10. I'm telling you, you're going to build some resilience in that set. I can guarantee you. And going back to that first tip where I talked about that farmer's carry, if you carry your body weight for half a mile, you're going to build a lot of grit that day too. All necessary things for when you're out in the backcountry, all going to improve your ability out on the trail. So here's what you can do to incorporate strength training into your training this week. Start with compound movements, squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press. Start doing these. Do them in the 5 to 10 rep range for 3 to 4 sets a training session. Start building that. Get strong. We want you to be strong as an ox when you're out there. Strong muscles, strong joints, strong tendons, strong ligaments. Everything is going to be strong. Week after week, just try to lift a little bit more. Or for another rep. That's what your goal is to do. And week after week after week, you're going to improve. On top of the compound movements, I want you to do single leg movements. Yes, we are hikers, right? Single leg movements. Things like step ups are probably my favorite single leg movement. You can do them at home, grab a bench, go to your front staircase, start doing step ups. I like to find like a 15 to 20 inch step or bench, load a backpack up, put it on, and just start doing step ups. I recommend 50 step ups per leg each training session. It's going to massively improve your ability out on the trail. And you're actually, again, we're talking cardio, you're improving your cardiovascular capacity. These step ups are going to bulletproof your legs, and they're going to make these uphill climbs feel a lot easier. And, you're still getting your heart rate going. You're still doing the cardio, but you're doing it in a way that builds muscle and trains your heart at the same time. Once again, compound movements and single leg movements, strength, going to massively improve your ability out there. Number 3, train like an athlete, not a marathon runner. Instead of endless running or biking, focus on progressive overload. I know it's a scary word. All it really means is trying to lift a little bit more weight week after week after week after week. That's what you're trying to do. You take the movements that I talked about, add a little bit of weight, add a couple reps, train like an athlete. Remember, marathon runners, yeah, they're doing impressive things, but this is going to serve you better when you're out in the backcountry for your muscles to be strong. And of course, remember, bigger muscles are also more attractive. We don't have to pretend we don't also want to look good, right? We want to look our best. That's a way to do it. Zone 2 cardio and short, intense efforts, things like hill sprints or heavy rucks or the weighted step-ups that I talked about. All these things, they translate to better real-world hiking. They're going to make you better when you're out there, and that is ultimately what we're here to do, right? We're here to be able to perform better in the backcountry. These are the ways that we're going to do that. The strongest athletes in the world all lift weights. It's just what they do. So I want you as a hiker to train the same way. I don't want you stuck in this cardio trap. Let's build muscle mass because, as I said, it's going to improve your ability out there. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. And on top of that, your metabolism is going to go up too. Maybe lose some body fat, look great, right? We all want that as well. So train like an athlete. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to start incorporating hill sprint intervals once a week to mimic that high intensity burst of energy that you need when you're out there climbing up those steep ascents, right? So find a hill, maybe like 30 to 50 yards long, and I want you to run your ass up it as fast as you possibly can. When was the last time you actually sprinted? Probably not since high school, middle school. Then after you sprint up, I want you to walk right back down and do it again. 3, 4, 5 times should do it, but just sprint. Actually push yourself. Maybe 70 to 90%, somewhere in that ballpark. And when you sprint up a hill compared to sprinting on flat, it's a lot easier on your body, a lot less wear and tear, but you give your body the same effect, the same amount of work. So replace another one of those cardio days with some hill sprints. Okay, now for the bonus part that I promised. This is the mountain strength method. This is the secret to making real hiking gains fast. This is what I use for my private coaching clients, for my group coaching clients, and this is how I train as well, and it is so effective. The mountain strength method, it's a 3-tiered approach. There's the strength foundation. Remember when I was talking about doing those compound lifts, deadlifts, squats, bench press, lunges, step-ups, all sorts of things like that. Strength focused. I want you to do that 2 to 3 times a week. Next is your athleticism training. 1 day a week, I want you to be doing some body weight circuits so you're building strength and conditioning at the same time as building that athleticism and the ability to move like an athlete. You're going to do your hill sprints. You're going to do body weight circuits. You could be doing some rucks. You could be doing some weighted carries. And then 1 day a week, I want you doing a ruck. Put a heavy backpack on. Go far. Make the backpack heavy. Do some long distance. Push yourself to go fast, even if it's around your neighborhood. Having that backpack strength and that ability to carry the backpack for a long time is going to train your traps. It's going to train your back, your core. All these things are going to improve because you're simulating what you're doing out there, but you're doing more now. So when you get out there, it feels a lot easier. And then number 4, now is your steady state cardio day. Just 1 day a week should do it. Just 30 to 60 minutes, 1 day a week, that is going to be enough cardio to get your heart strong so that you can actually perform well out there. Because we still do need that cardio conditioning, but it just does not need to be the prime thing that you're training at all. Not at all. So for the next 4 weeks, swap out your cardio training days for this sort of training program, and I guarantee you're going to find yourself in a much better place in 4 weeks in terms of your ability out on the trail, how you feel, how your body's functioning, and so much more. Now, if you're serious about leveling up your strength for the mountains and you want a proven training plan, I can help you with that. My coaching programs are all designed to get you stronger, more resilient, and more confident when you are out in the trail. Click the link below for a free coaching call with me, and let's build you into the hiker that you're actually desiring to be, because your outdoor adventures deserve to be fun and fulfilling, not a struggle. And they don't have to be a struggle when you start training correctly. Before I go, I want you to click that subscribe button. Tell me in the comments what you're struggling with the most when it comes to your physical fitness for your hikes, and I'll see you in the next video.